Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
1 year ago,
1 year ago,
I introduced my father
I introduced my father
when he declared his
when he declared his
candidacy.
candidacy
In his own way
in his own way
and through his own
and through his own
sheer force of will,
sheer force of will.
he sacrificed
He sacrificed
greatly
greatly
to enter the
political
arena
as an outsider.
And he prevailed
And he prevailed
against a field of
against a field of 16
very talented
competitors. For more than a year,
Donald Trump has been
Donald Trump has been
the people's
champion.
And tonight,
he
is the people's nominee.
He's the people's nominee. He's people's nominee. And tonight, he's people's nominee.
Like many of my fellow
millennials,
I do not consider
myself
categorically
Republican or Democrat, more than party affiliation. I vote based on what I believe is right
for my family
and for my country.
Sometimes it's a tough choice. That is not the case.
That is not the case this time.
As the proud nominee, I am here to tell you that this is the moment,
and Donald Trump
is the person to make America great again.
Real change.
The kind we have not
seen in decades.
Is only going to
come from outside the system. And it's only going to come from a man who spent his entire life doing what others said
could not be done.
My father is a fighter.
When the primaries
got
tough
and they were tough,
he did what any
great
leader does.
Any great leader does.
He dug deeper. Worked harder. Got better. And became stronger. I have seen him fight for his family. I have seen him fight for his employees. I have seen
him
fight for his company.
And now
I am seeing I am seeing him
fight for our country.
Fight for our country.
It's been the story.
It's been the story.
Of his life.
It's been the stories of his life.
And more recently.
And more recently.
The spirit
of his campaign.
It's also a prelude.
It's also a prelude
to reaching
the goal that unites us all.
When this party
and better still this country
knows what it is
like to win again.
If it's possible to be famous,
and yet not really well known,
that
describes the Father who raised me.
In the same office
in Trump Tower, where we now work together.
I remember
playing on the floor by my father's desk, constructing miniature building with Legos and erector sets,
while he did
the same with concrete,
steel and glass.
Steel and glass.
My father taught my siblings and me the importance
of values and a strong ethical compass.
He showed us how to be
resilient,
how to deal with
challenges,
and how to
and how to strive for excellence in all that we do.
He taught us
that there is nothing that we cannot accomplish
if we marry
vision and passion with an enduring work ethic.
One of my father's greatest
talents
is his ability
to see potential in people before they see it in themselves.
It was like that for us too.
It was like that for us too growing up.
He taught us
that potential vanishes into nothing without effort.
And that like
him,
we each
had a responsibility to work not just for ourselves, but for the betterment
of
the world around us. Over the years, on too many occasions to count,
I saw
my father tear stories out of newspaper about people whom he had never met, who was facing some injustice
or hardship.
He'd write a note to his assistant in a signature black felt pen and request that the person be found and invited to Trump Tower to meet with him.
He would talk to them.
He could talk to them
and then draw
upon his
extensive
network
to find them a job,
to find them a job,
or
to
get
find
them a
them a
break.
job or get them a break.
And they would
leave
his office
his office as people so often do after having been
with Donald Trump,
feeling
that life
could be great again. Throughout my entire life, I have witnessed his empathy and
generosity
generosity
towards
towards others,
especially
those
who are suffering.
It is just his way of being in your corner when you're down. When you're down. My father not only has the strength and ability necessary to be our next president,
but also
but also
the kindness
and
compassion
compassion
that will
enable
him to be
the leader that this country.
My father has a sense of fairness.
My father has a sense of fairness that touches every
Conviction
conviction he's hold.
I worked alongside
of him for now more than a
decade now at the
decade
Trump
now
organization.
at the Trump organization.
And I've seen how he
operates as a leader, making important
decisions
that shapes
careers
and that change lives.
I've learned a lot
about
the
world from
walking construction
jobs by his side.
When run
properly, construction sites are true meritocracies. Competence
in the building trade.
It's easy to spot.
And
incompetence is impossible to hide.
These sites
are also
incredible
melting pots, gathering people from all walks
of life
and uniting them
to work towards
a single mission.
There have always
been
men of all
background and ethnicities
on
my father's job sites.
And long
before it was commonplace, you also saw women. My father values talent.
He
recognizes real knowledge
and skill
and a skill
he finds it.
when he finds it.
He is colorblind
and gender
neutral.
He is colorblind and gender neutral.
He hires
the best person for the job. Period.
Words and promises,
No matter
no matter how visionary. Words and promises, no matter how visionary.
they sound will
only
get you so far.
get you so far.
In our business,
In our business,
you're not a builder
you're not a builder
unless you've got a
unless you got a
building to show
building to serve for it.
Or in
my father's case,
city skylines.
city skylines. Đâu xài chỗ này đi cũng còn bẩn. Most people strive. Most people strive their entire lives to achieve great success in a single industry. My father has succeeded in many on the highest level and on a global scale.
One of the reasons
he has thrived as an entrepreneur
is because
he listens to everyone. Billionaire executives don't usually ask the people doing the work. Billionaire executives don't usually ask the people doing the work
for their opinion
of the work. For their opinion of the work.
My father is an exception.
My father's an exception.
On every one
of his projects, you'll see him talking to Zipper,
the painter,
the painter,
the engineers,
the
the electricians. He'll
ask them for their feedback. If they think something should be done differently
or
could be done better.
When
Donald Trump is
in charge,
when Donald Trump is in charge, all that counts is ability, effort and excellence.
This has long been
the philosophy
at the
Trump organization. This has long been the philosophy. This has long been the philosophy at the Trump organization.
At my father's
company,
there are more
female than male executives. At my father's company, there are more female than male executives.
Women are paid
are paid
equally
for the work
that we do.
Women are paid equally for the work that we do. And when a woman becomes a mother, she is supported, not shut out. And when a woman becomes a mother, she is supported, not shut out. And when a woman becomes a mother, he is supported, not shut out.